a very good evening to you, our viewer out there. Thank you so much for watching Church of Uganda Family TV. I want to assure you, you made the right choice. And here we are with the Flourishing Hub. Edrine Osteen Mukalazi is my name. Now, this is a moment of reflection. Today, we laid to rest the Right Honorable Dr. Paul Kawanga Semogedere. But all the people who talked about him talked about basically and majorly one thing, and that was trustworthy and faithfulness. And these are things that we always encourage you as young people to have. You should be trustworthy. People should have a reason to trust you. But also, you should be faithful. When you know more, what will people talk about you? That was a moment of reflection. But as we always tell you that Flourishing Hub is a program that is centered around inspiring, educating, and encouraging you as the young people. And this program is brought to you by Young and Flourishing Foundation. Young and Flourishing Foundation is built on 4 pillars. The first pillar is money. We all need money. That's why we are crying and complaining over the economy. Yeah, but what does Young and Flourishing do? When you're part of Young and Flourishing, one, they'll teach you how to work, how to make money. And then after making the money, they'll teach you how to save it. Now, after saving it, do you leave it as savings? No. They'll also teach you or guide you on how to invest this money so that it reproduces. And then the second pillar is daring in life. We all need to identify opportunities. Now, Young and Flourishing helps you identify these opportunities that eventually became world-class businesses. The third pillar is mentorship. You need a mentor. You need someone experienced, someone who has gone through what you want to be or what you want to do, to guide you, to speak in your life, to speak in your journey. And the last pillar is strategy. You need to have a plan. Because if you do not have a plan as an individual, then you'll always be in other people's plans. Wow. We are blessed this evening to have someone very, very important when it comes to the world of food. And this is none other than the one, Mr. Moses Calvin Byarugaba. He is the group CEO of Kembabazi Company. And Kimbabazi, especially people who have taken time to pass through Catalina Road, when we talk about Kembabazi, you know the aromas that we always get as we are passing through Catalina Road. Now, Kembabazi has been majorly known for catering, but they also have a lot of other things in package. Kembabazi is celebrating 40 years, and that is why we are here. Mr. Byarugaba, it's a pleasure having you this evening, and thank you so much for sparing this time to come and share with us, to come and tell us about the celebrations of Kimbabazi restaurant at 40 years. And wow, it is so amazing that you've been in this business for 40 years. But before we venture into our discussion, kindly greet our viewers.
Yes. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. Just also to touch on what you mentioned earlier, Honorable Kawanga Semogedere was laid to rest. I actually went to school with his son.
Oh, wow.
Kalori, yes. And just like his father, he's a very inspirational character. So, just wanted to put that there. Once again, good evening, viewers, and I'm happy to be here.
We're also happy to share in your space. And we want to look at Kimbabazi restaurant, his 40 years journey. And we want to, first of all, understand, what are you celebrating in all this? What is it that you're celebrating? Are you celebrating the food you've served the people for the 40 years? What exactly are you celebrating?
Yes, thank you for that. So, what are we celebrating? So, Kembabazi is celebrating the journey. Okay, we are celebrating our journey that started 40 years ago. in 1982, my mother, Kembabazi, moved back to Uganda from Germany and started off her restaurant in a single room location in Wandegea. This location was just a single room dining with where she used to do the cooking at the back. It has grown from just serving a handful of people a day to thousands, over 1,000 meals a day currently. She started off, of course, introducing new cuisine because of her background, her training, and also pulling in different customers. This journey started off, like I said, from a one-room location. Over the years, moving to Kampala Road, from Kampala Road, moving to Chidukuru, a place opposite Black Lion's house, back to Wandegea, and then finally to the location where we currently are in Naguru.
Wow. So we are looking at the 40 years journey, and from a one room to how Kimbabazi is, maybe to someone who might be wondering what Kimbabazi looks like, kindly draw that picture in their image so that they can have this broader image from the one room that you talked about in 1982 to now what we know as Kembabazi restaurant.
Yes, of course. So one of the things that will impact a customer as soon as they walk into the premises is the shape of some of the buildings. Now, most of the buildings are shaped in a pentagon structure, which means 5 sides. And there's a reason for that. As my parents were planning for this new location, they approached us children. I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters. And they asked us to put together a concept for this new location restaurant. And they accumulated all our ideas to make the vision come true. The reason you have a pentagon structure for all those units when you come to Kembabazi, each side represents 1 child, because we have 5 kids, okay? That is the reason for the 5-side pentagon.
So who was behind this plan among you, the children?
Yes.
Who suggested that it should have a representation of us, the 5?
That was actually my parents, because they asked us kids to come together, to put together our ideas for a concept, restaurant concept.
Yes.
So what my parents did is they captured all our ideas and cumulatively came up with the pentagon structure. It's because they knew they have 5 children. They cannot just go with 1 idea or 2 ideas. That would leave out the rest of the kids.
Yeah.
So they decided, you know what, let us cumulatively amalgamate all these ideas and come up with a structure that represents all children. That's why you have 5 sides, pentagon figures, structures at Kimbabazi right now. So as soon as you walk in, the first thing you'll notice is the 5-sided pentagon structure.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Wow. So what are some of the achievements that Kimbabazi has registered in these 40 years that you have existed?
Yes. So it has been a journey. And the thing is that we have been able to stay close to our core values, which is to provide consistent quality culinary service to our clients. That's number 1. We have also built lasting relationships with our customers, our suppliers, and also with people who support us. Okay? What has this done? This has enabled us to grow over the years. This has enabled us to build stronger relationships over the years. On top of that, we have also been able to give back to society. Okay? For instance, in Naguru, where our headquarters are located, we have been able to service the Naguru orphanage, where we provide free meals. We have been able to work together with the remand home, Naguru Remand Home. Yeah. We also provide free meals. And this is an initiative
daily?
Every year.
Okay.
This is an initiative that was started by my mother, because of her strong ties to children. She is a person who's, She was very smart. She was tenacious. She was a hard worker, and she just loved children. So that connection, especially dealing with disadvantaged children, is something that kept her going and allowed us to continue until this day.
Again, so we talk about the advancement in the meals. So, have you added in any more? What have you added in on your menu that wasn't reflected in 1982?
Yes. So here's the thing: as times change, people's tastes also change.
True.
Okay.
True.
So I'll give an example. So for instance, currently you'll find that people are more health conscious. They want to look good.
Yeah.
They are going to the gym more often.
Yeah.
You know, there's that aspect of wanting to be healthy. So what does that mean? That means even us as a business, we have to be agile and be able to adjust to people's tastes, adjust to the times. And we have been able to adjust to people's requests, demands, okay? And we as times change, we also introduce cuisine that matches the times. So currently, for instance, we have introduced what we call farm to table products. What that means is we have a farm where we plant, grow, harvest, and process a lot of the vegetables that we serve on our plates today. What does that mean? That means that our customers are able to receive organic products, healthy products that meet their needs. At the same time, we also have a weekly farmers market at our location, our headquarters in Aguru, where customers can come in and sample produce, or also sample products produced by Kembabazi. These include things like we package ghee, we package honey, we package chikere, we package chili also. Those are some of the products that our customers are able to get.
Okay, so you talked about the farm practices, and I look at this as limiting other people who would be strategically practicing agriculture, targeting Kimbabazi as one of their potential clients. So why do you choose to also take up this?
Yes. So here's the thing: as a business, it's very important. If you want to maintain quality, it's very important to own the entire value chain. Okay, that goes right from production, the productivity, the processing, and then the delivery. If you can control the entire value chain, you can maintain things like quality, timely delivery. Okay? Yeah. So, to answer your question, we did it in order to meet our customer needs in terms of providing them with quality products in a timely manner. Now, that does not mean that we are not open to work with other farmers or other cultivators. Okay? Like I mentioned to you, our CSR objective is to give back to society and to work with our partners. That is one of the aspects as well. We are very open and welcome to work with farmers who are able to provide quality products and consistent quality in terms of maintaining the produce that they provide.
Okay. What about these other farmers in the farm market? Are all the products from your farms, or you also invite other potential farmers to display their goods and farm products?
Currently, it's primarily from our farm.
Okay.
However, we certainly adopt a hybrid methodology whereby we don't only purchase or service or provide products from our own farm. We also some of the item inputs are acquired from Nakasero market, Kalere market, or the local markets around. And why do we do that? We're also providing support to our local farmers. Yeah. Okay, we're not just cutting them out of the value chain. No, we're being inclusive in that way.
Okay, so still on, I want you to give elaborate more on the farm the farm day, when people come and you told us they come and test, how does it all happen? How much money does someone need to have as they're planning to come for that day? You know, what should they expect when they're coming, and what is the time frame for it?
Yes.
Does it have a duration? Does it expire after some time?
So farmers markets, Saturday, you come in Saturday morning, 10 a.m. We're there.
Every Saturday.
Correct. And we are inclusive. We don't. We are inclusive, meaning we welcome everybody, all our clients, both local and non-local. We don't have a set budget for you to come and shop. No, we are open. We have clients or guests who come in just to browse, okay, just to see what is available, so that next time when they come back, you know, they see where they can benefit. They see what they can purchase. We have guests who come in and also inquire, can I also put my products here? You see, so we do not say no to that. You see, like I mentioned to you, we are inclusive.
Yeah.
We are focused on community development as well. Okay, we don't see the reason why we should grow by ourselves. No, that doesn't make sense.
Especially now that you're next to Uganda Police headquarters.
Thank you.
So it is community development.
We're a big, nice community, and we're there to make sure as we grow, we also encourage our community to grow.
Wow, this is so interesting. And now back to the 40 years journey. So you've told us from that one room in 1982, then from Wandegea to Kampala Road to Kadukulu to Wandegea again, then eventually to Naguru. What are some of the things you look back to and count them the reasons as to why you have reached this far?
So I'll tell you, especially to our young viewers, you cannot have success without failure. Okay? Those two things go hand in hand. In order to succeed, you need to fail first. Okay? I'm going to say it again. In order to succeed, you need to fail first. Why do I say that? Now, through the failures, you are able to take a step back and analyze and look back and say, okay, why did this not work? Where do I need to make changes? What items, aspects, methods do I need to address in order for me to become successful? Okay, that is exactly how it works. So we have tested that. We have been through failure. We have been through successes, and those small failures have led to small successes, which in the long run have led to the bigger success.
Okay. Now we are looking at. I earlier told you to draw an image of Kembabazi, and you told us that the first impression you get as you enter is that pentagon structure. And now we want to look at how you describe the character of Kembabazi, the person and the business. That you told us this name is your mother's name, and if someone reads this name Kembabazi, they can easily relate it with what happens in the business. And what makes you proud of having the business name as Kimbabazi?
Yes, so to answer your question, so my mom was 4 things: intelligent, patient, resilient, and tenacious. Those 4 qualities are actually a true reflection of the current Kembabazi that you see today. What do I mean by that? It has patience, 40 years. That's a long time. Resilient meaning unending, continuous.
Yes.
Like I mentioned to you, if you fail the first time, learn from your mistakes, get up and try again.
Program is brought to you by Young and Flourishing Foundation, and our guest today is the one Moses Calvin Byarugaba, who is the group CEO of Kembabazi Company, which also harbors Kembabazi restaurant that we commonly know. Or if you're here in Kembabazi for the first time, you should visit it. And I believe you'll have more reasons to go back again and again and again. So we are back, Mr. Byarugaba. And before the break, we are looking at, you are relating Kembabazi, the mother, and Kembabazi, the business. And you told us 4 things define her and define the business. So you are still relating for us these 4 things. I think let's begin from there.
Yes. So like I mentioned to you just before the break,
Yes.
My mom had 4 main distinguishable characters.
Yes.
Intelligent, patient,
Yes.
resilient, and tenacious. These 4 characters are also a true reflection of the current company today. And you'll also find that it's also a true testimony to many of the women and men entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs today. They have picked a leaf from her journey and have applied the same principles and same characters. Like I mentioned to you, she was an open person. She was giving, very generous, very open to sit with you. People would come in and ask her questions. How have you managed to reach where you are today? She shared her journey, she shared her experiences. Those principles that I just mentioned were part of the journey. She shared those experiences with a lot of people who came to meet her. And I can testify right now, a lot of the young men and women she preached to and was in touch with, picked a leaf from that journey and have also applied those same principles in their own successes today.
Wow. So, during the break, we had some behind the scene talk, and I was asking you, why is it that very many young people they're industrious, they're creative, they have created very many businesses, but these businesses don't even celebrate the first birthday? And one of the reasons is that you people who have made it don't come back to share with us that there's also the dark side of the story. So what are some of the dark days that Kimbabazi has encountered that you look back to and said, because of this, it is the reason we are more stronger now?
So there's a famous saying, behind every successful man is a woman.
Yeah.
Okay. So taking that analogy, we can also look at Kembabazi. Now, it's very important to notate also that with every success, before you seek success, there's challenges, there's pitfalls, there is failure.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned to you earlier, there is no success without failure.
Sure.
Those two go hand in hand. If anyone tells you differently, it's not true. That being said, Kembabazi as a business itself has been through so many challenges, has been through so many failures. What do failures do for your success? Number one, they provide you with feedback. How do I make changes? Where do I make changes? Failure allows you to step back and regroup and rethink. It allows you to take time off and also to refocus. Okay? Like I mentioned to you, she was tenacious, resilient. Failure allows you to now retool. It allows you to go back to your toolbox and pull out different tools to enable that success. And also, let's not forget that one door, once you open one door, it leads to another door. How can you get to that next door without trying? You have to try. You'd rather try and fail than fail to try.
Wow. So as a young person, how many times do you try? Or when you see the going becoming tougher, you quit and fold your hands and wait? Sometimes you say that, I think this is not my thing. I'm not called to do this.
Yes, absolutely. And that's very true. A lot of times once we get burnt the first time, we're like, you know what? This is not for me. And then you stop and you give up after 6 months, 1 year, and you fail to continue. No. My message to you young entrepreneurs out there is keep on trying. Even if you fail the first time, give it another shot. It is persistence, it's being tenacious, which gets you to the next level. I'll give you another example. We had a huge challenge as a business recently with the COVID pandemic.
Yeah.
Okay, it was a global issue. As a business, we had to think and see how do we survive this period. Okay, there was total lockdown. People were not walking into the restaurant. So many other businesses and restaurants shut down, closed their doors. Kimbabazi did not. Kimbabazi was persistent. We were resilient. How did we manage to survive? This is what we did. We had to retool, number one. Number two, we had to re-engineer our approach. Okay, how do you feed the masses in a lockdown? See? So we did a number of things. One, we had to re-engineer our website. Make sure our website is more friendly, is more accepting to customer orders. Number two, we had to bolster our food delivery service because now we knew people are at their homes, but they also need to eat. So we had to make sure that our food gets to their table in their homes. So you see that?
Yeah.
Re-engineering, retooling were primary.
Wow. So I think creativity is also part of all this.
Absolutely.
That when the going gets tough, you sit back and in retooling, your retooling mechanism should be out of creativity. Now, we are looking at Kembabazi, a restaurant, having survived these 40 years that you're celebrating now, and it is a story of success, because if we look back in 1980, in that one room in Wandegea, I don't know whether that building still exists or it has
Probably
been
not.
demolished. Yeah, but if maybe someone remembers that one room in Wandegea, and they have followed Kembabazi to Kampala Road to up to where it is in Naguru. What are some of the things you look back to and say, because of this, we have been able, one, to survive amidst all challenges, because even where you are, there are some other restaurants that perhaps try to do what you do. But what makes you exceptional, that when someone walks into Kembabazi restaurant, they would always want to come back. They'll always be specific. Okay, there is the other restaurant and the other, but at least Kimbabazi is a different one.
Yes. So, let me tell you. So, 40 years is 4 decades.
Yes.
Of serving the nation. 40 years means your children's children are our customers, and even beyond.
Yeah.
So, I'll give an example. We have hosted graduation parties for people's children. Those graduates have got jobs, they have got married, they have come back to Kembabazi for their kuhinjira, for their wedding. You see, second generation. Those families have had children. Those children have come back to Kembabazi for their baptism. You see that? You see how we have kept the chain going?
Yeah.
Now, that consistency, that commitment to our clientele, staying true to our customers, listening to our customers, has kept us relevant in that space for these past several generations. To answer your question, generation 1, 2, 3, and 4 and onwards are customers that have been born and grown in the Kembabazi spirit, and we are looking forward to serving them in the future.
So, even the graduations you're hosting now, even the weddings you're hosting now, you still have a target of the children of these.
Absolutely, yes. So our goal is to make sure that we are a one-stop shop for your family. You see, your children's children, we want them as our customers. Okay, how do we do that? By staying true to our core values, which is to provide quality service and consistent cuisine, and also by listening to our customers. I'll give an example. Our customers have approached us and said, you know, we love the food, but we also want additional services, like a full spa. So what did we do? We put up a full spa. We now have a full-fledged spa that includes sauna, we have Seragem, we have massage, and on top of that, some customers came and approached and said, we also want grooming services, so that after my meal, before I go back to the office, I can get a haircut, or the ladies can do their nails. So we have a full salon as well, catering to customers' grooming needs.
Wow. Now, this is becoming more interesting because you talked about listening to customers. Now, I want us to look at the branding. So Kembabazi is a name that was born in 1980 and has been nurtured and maintained and grown up to today when Kimbabazi is celebrating the 40 years. And you have a story to tell, indeed, and it is a story of success. But people would always look for fancy names to give their businesses. But it is true that when you talk about Kembabazi in town here, it is a very big name, even when it is a name that someone would look at as a surname. It is not this fancy name. So what does this have to do? How does branding and the services have to relate?
Yes, sure. So first of all, my mom's full names are Elena Kembabazi Matende Byarugaba. So what she did is she picked one of her names, which is the Kembabazi name, and tied that to her business. What did that mean? That meant that she put that personal touch to that business. She could have called it anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She could have picked a name from anywhere. But no, she decided to keep it close to home. And that's exactly what Kimbabazi represents. We are your next home. When you come to eat a meal at Kimbabazi, we are your home away from home. You see what she did? And we have maintained that spirit.
That even up to today, when someone comes in, they'll feel their home.
Absolutely. So the service you get, the items that you're able to get, bushera, for instance. You don't just buy any bushera anywhere. No. Our bushera is specifically made to our customers' needs and tastes. Our bushera is unique. It tastes different. It is one of a kind. That's why you have other businesses buying our bushera to resell at their own institutions. Okay? You have customers coming in, they say, I cannot start my day without this bushera. We have customers who say, this chigere of Kimbabazi, I cannot end the weekend without this chigere.
And when you talked about chigere, we have a very good fan of chigere here, Didymus in transmission. He should visit Kimbabazi one of these days.
Absolutely. You see what I mean? So that gives you that homeliness. It gives you that home connection. You see, which is what Kimbabazi is well known for. That's why we're able to maintain our clientele. At the same time, we've been able to grow our clientele over these years. Branding has been very important. We've been able to maintain consistent growth of over 5% per year. On target next year to surpass the 5%. We are looking at keeping our customers, but also growing further. You see, and like I mentioned to you earlier, is one great way we've done this is by keeping it in the family. We also provide facilities for children. You know, children are at the heart of every family.
Yeah.
If you cannot cater to your children, then what are you doing? Kembabazi is catering to children. Okay? We are making sure that when the family comes for their Sunday meal, the children have a place to play, the children have a place to relax, the children have a place to feel at home. We have bouncing castles, we have clowns who come and play with the kids, we have facilities for children, there's children's menu, okay? We have a lot of space, a lot of room. Children love it, okay? So they're always at our location, bringing the parents, of course. Bringing the parents, you know? We want to go to Kimbabazi.
Wow, so the children are your marketeers as well. While the Archbishop was visiting West Buganda Diocese from Saturday up today, yesterday during the service, the woman member of parliament of Liantonde district, Honorable Pauline Kemirembe Chaka, cited something important about children. And she said, especially now that our children are coming back home, as parents, we should create time for them. You should create an environment that makes these children comfortable and free and relaxed, you know, so that they can put off the steam of the 3 or 4 months they've been at school. Now, Mr. Byarugaba, does it mean that Kimbabazi can answer this to a parent out there? Because before the commercial break, you had told us that you have a play center for children. And is this play center open on specific days, or it is open anytime a child pops in with a parent?
So what we have done is, like I said, we listen to our clientele. Our clients told us every Sunday is family day. Okay? Family Sunday is when people spend time with their for kids, relatives, whatever. So they requested for a family day out of the week, Sunday. We listened. We have provided Sunday set aside for our clients. Bring your children, bring your family. It's a family day. So we do Sunday, we allocate it to. We have children who come and play, and there's the play castles and other things that children enjoy. That being said, other days, of course, when children are going in school, other times they are not available. Yeah. They still have an opportunity to come. We do not only limit them to Sunday. No. Children are always welcome. But their main day is definitely Sunday. Okay.
But even those who come on Friday or Tuesday, because children are coming home, and you know, their children who cannot wait up to up to Sunday, they will drag their mother on a Wednesday evening to go to Kembabazi. So the place center is open.
Absolutely, it is open. And by the, as you mentioned that, my mom she loved children. Okay. That was one of our greatest inspirations. So that's the reason why we cater greatly to children of all ages, all walks of life. Not only open on Sunday, like I said, every day is open for kids, but their biggest day is Sunday. Okay. Yes.
Now we get back to apart from the bushera, apart from the chigere that Didymus enjoys so much, what else can someone come expecting at Kimbabazi?
So our cuisine is unique. Okay, we practice a traditional cuisine with a modern flair. What do I mean by that? Okay, that means you will have your normal traditional cuisine, but cooked in a different way. Okay, cooked in your homely to meet your homely tastes. At the same time, we have the unique international flair, whereby you can not only just get the traditional, you can also get other things that people also request for these days. They want salad, they want whole fish, pork, French fries, a burger, they want pizza. You see how we're coming full circle? Yeah. Yes, we make sure that we are able to address the needs of all our clientele, both traditional and non-traditional.
Okay. So if someone comes in when they want a luombo, do you serve luombo?
Absolutely, we do.
Okay.
Yes.
chicken, meat, what?
Absolutely. We do the meats, different styles. Every day has a different, unique flair to it. Okay. So that means that if you come on Monday, if you come back on Wednesday, it will be a bit different. You see how we keep you coming back, eh? See how we're pulling you.
So you want me to come back the whole week?
I want you to come back, yes. I don't want to repeat my food all the time. No.
So that I get used to it.
So I make sure I change from Monday, Tuesday is different, a bit different, yeah? So that when you come on Friday, you're like, man, even next week I can't miss. Yes.
Okay. So, Mr. Byarugaba, I want now to talk to someone out there. One, about someone who is having a stumbling business. They are almost giving up. They are almost closing down. Maybe someone has put their business on goodwill sale. And then someone who has an inspiration of starting up a similar business. What advice do you have to give them now that you are celebrating the 40 years of a success story?
Yes. So, in terms of business, there are a number of things you need to always consider. Number one is money. Okay. But when I say money, be very, very cautious. Always make sure that you spend less than you earn. Many times we do the opposite, and we end up in problems. Number two, be daring. My viewers, something called take calculated risks. Okay. My mom always took calculated risks. She would not be where we are right now if she had not taken those calculated risks. Don't just take any risk. No. I've said take calculated risks. Okay. Do the measurements, do the numbers, do the math. Number three, when it comes to things like mentors, you need mentors. They are very important. You mentioned that earlier. Mentors are very critical. I have mentors as well. Okay. What do mentors do? Mentors allow you to you share your insights. You use them as a bouncing board. They listen to your stories. They provide you with feedback. It's very important. And these are make sure you get a mentor who has experience. Number four is something called strategy. Okay. As business people, you always want to plan. You need to plan, especially long-term planning. A lot of times we are not prepared for ups and downs, and this is detrimental to our progress. We need also planning provides for direction, especially long-term planning. Planning gives you direction of where to move, what to avoid, and also it gives you foresight. Yes, those are the four main things.
Okay. One, we are repeating them. Money.
You have
daring.
To be daring. Take calculated risks.
Yes.
You want to have a mentor.
Yes.
Someone you can speak to with experience who can give you that feedback that you need. And number four, strategy. You need to be able to plan long term. Yes.
And those are the four pillars on which Young and Flourishing Foundation is built. And remember, this program is brought to you by Young and Flourishing Foundation. Now, Mr. Byarugaba, as we almost hit the climax of this discussion, I want you to give us the various ways in which people can access Kembabazi, or in which people can access your services. Do you even do deliveries?
Absolutely, we do.
Now, share with us that information.
Yes. So for deliveries, you can find us on Jumia. I will give you our website. It's www.kembabazicatering.com. Now, when you go to our website, you have the capability of ordering online, number one. Number two, you're able to see a menu. Number three, you have access to our social media platforms. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, etc. All on our website. So please do go to our website. I will give you the address again. It is www.kembabazicatering.com.
And so, in other words, all those who want online orders and deliveries, they use this.
Absolutely. So you will find a platform to allow you to order online. There's also phone numbers on there that allow you to call in.
On the website?
On the website, yes, and make orders on the phone. We have people who call just to make reservations for events, graduation, weddings. That is the best way. You know, call in, they will have a banquet department. You can speak to the managers there and they will advise on bookings, costing, availability, and also different options.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you earlier talked about the headquarters of Kembabazi being on in Naguru, Katarima Road. Do you have other branches elsewhere?
Yes. So currently, what we do, we service different institutions in-house, where we have different cafeterias, in different locations in the city, and that has allowed us to expand.
Wow.
Okay. So yes, we do. At the same time, I mentioned to you, we have a farm from where we do our farming, cultivation, and productivity.
Okay.
And the farm, from there, we're able to transport our products to the headquarters from where we process vegetables, for instance, and supply to the different centers.
And Saturday is a farm day.
Saturday, we have our farmers market.
Farmers market.
Please do come visit Saturdays, every Saturday. And then Sundays, of course, please bring the family, bring your children. Would love to entertain them and provide this great service to them.
Okay. So, I want you to also help someone who is, they're driving around Naguru and they want to access Kembabazi, but they're not sure how they can access it.
So Kimbabazi is, we're fortunate to be at a corner location, right at Katalima, we're crossing Katalima Road and Upper Naguru Road, right at the corner. And we are opposite the Uganda Police Headquarters. You cannot miss us. The wall is well painted, screaming Kembabazi restaurant, so you can't miss it. Right opposite Police Headquarters.
So when you reach police headquarters in Naguru,
you have reached Kembabazi.
You've reached Kembabazi.
Even if you ask police,
they can easily direct you.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Mr. Byarugaba,
Yes.
what are your parting shots concerning the 40 years? Of course, we've had that discussion, and the 40 years is a long journey. And if someone stands to celebrate the 40 years in business, then that is a very great achievement. Now, what are your parting shots when it comes to the 40 years journey of Kembabazi?
Yes, absolutely. So, as I said earlier on, it has been a journey, 4-decade-long journey, and this journey is continuing. We will continue to stay close to our customers. We will keep innovating and meeting our customer needs. Like I said, people's tastes keep changing, but we are agile. We are there with you. Also, it is necessary to give back to our community. We are making sure that our CSR is on point. We are providing community assistance where necessary. And that being said, also, I want to thank our Family TV and also our customers for their continued support.
Okay. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being resilient, being patient, being tenacious, and being intelligent all this long. And it's the reason we are here talking about Kembabazi Restaurant or Kembabazi Catering Center, because they do a lot of things. But just in case you want to relax, they have spa, they have a lot of services, they have a saloon. So just drive in Kembabazi, or you can check the website www.kembabazicatering.com, and you'll find a lot of information and the contacts, so that you're not conned by blockers who would sweep you away to some other places. And for Didymus, please go for the Chigere. It is the best in town, I tell you. And you else out there who is a fan of Chigere, me, I'm a fan of Bushera, and yeah, I should now make it a point that every morning I take some Bushera from Kembabazi plus Jonah Jal, and Jonah Jal is another fan of Bushera. But all in all, thank you so much for watching this particular show, Flourishing Hub, and we are looking at Kimbabazi at 40 years. Now, as a business innovator, there is hope that you can also celebrate as many birthdays as you want, as long as you put into action what Mr. Byarugaba has just been sharing with us. Edrine, Osteen, Mukalazi is my name. Have yourselves a good night.